Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to Tarot Noir, and I am your intuitive tarot reader, Tarot D. If you are new to the channel, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you click your notification bell to know when I drop the next video. How is everybody else doing out there? I'm so sorry, you guys. I had to take a mental break. My personal life is all over the place. I had to take a mental break to get my energy right and come back strong for you guys. I leave and come back. I'm just dealing with a lot in my personal life that I need to clear up so I can be stronger, so I can do these accurate readings. I know it's been a minute. I missed all of my subscribers. I probably lost some, but hopefully they'll come back. If not, there's so many subscribers out there, so hopefully we can, get the channel back going on a regular, steady pace. I just been really, 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 really busy. But yeah, let me cleanse the energy. I hope everyone is doing well. And let me start off. Any readings that we do on this channel, this is for entertainment purposes only. It's just been a lot going on, y'all. Have y'all been looking at the news? Have y'all been seeing what's been happening? I want to address the TGIF reading because I was supposed to do the TGIF reading the last time I seen y'all. In my personal opinion, things kind of just went haywire with the situation, and people started talking to Tasha K and all this other stuff. Not on me, but to me, honestly, by the time I got to do the reading, I felt like it was already predictable. I strongly felt like the moment that Al called Funky on the live, we pretty much knew that the show was going to end, and I didn't want to waste any energy or any space on something that we already kind of knew. Even though they were telling us, oh, we're on a break, we're on a break, we're on a break, we knew the moment Al called Funky on the live that that situation was a done deal. It was way too predictable. It was way too predictable, and I didn't feel like I would have been doing justice if I would have read it, because it was already coming to that point. Everybody already knew, regardless of what, they were trying to tell us. We knew. Basically, I feel like this, and this is not what this reading is about today. I felt like this. On TGIF, I honestly felt that Al was in his feelings about that read, and I felt like, he didn't want to come back. If he would have took the high road and just would have took it like, oh, it's just a roast, then I felt like the show would still continue. I think that Claudia and Armand probably still wanted the show to keep going, but I think Al just wasn't on board with it because he was embarrassed. But for him to be that angry, I feel like maybe not all of it was true, but some of it is true. People normally get angry when things are true. So to me, it was too predictable. And I felt like I wouldn't be doing any justice on that. But, and here we are. The show is canceled, okay? It's canceled. They had a great run, but it just, it fell apart. The last point I want to make on the TGIF thing is that it came out that Claudia had a problem with Al Reynolds in reference to some beefs in the past. My thing is, if you felt that way, why work with him? Because look, it started with you guys had a beef, or apparently Al was talking mess about her, but it ended because of that, because I feel like the roast was kind of like a jab back at Al, so it ended up being destroyed anyway. I don't agree with people working with people for just a bag. I think it ends up being chaotic. They should have talked that situation out before they even got into the situation with TGIF. Before they worked together, they should have ironed that out, because that was pretty much the downfall of the show. Even though Armand read him, but he had ammo, and his ammo came from Claudia because she still felt hurt by what Al did to her or what have you. She should have never worked with him. If that was the case, you should have never worked with him, because that's the basis of it. It was just to get Al back. So I just felt like that was just crazy. But anyway, put that to rest. So I'm sorry about that, you guys, not doing the TGIF reading. I just felt like it was too predictable. The title of this video and what we're going to be reading on today is Miss Netta and Charles, or Charles and Miss Netta. Okay. I love them. I love their energy. I love their dynamic. A lot of people do not agree with their dynamic. They've built this platform on their own, and very successful. They're well known, but they have been coming under a lot of fire lately. So we're going to do a reading on them. And really what sparked it for me, I wasn't even going to do it, but what sparked it for me is that I watched that podcast, Auntie T's podcast with Tokyo Tony and Rick Ross baby mama Tia. I think her name is Tia, and Carlissa, and they interviewed Charles and Miss Netta, and I did not like it one bit. I did not like it. I did not like it. I did not like it. So, oh wow. Okay, hold on. We ain't ready yet. We ain't, see, the truth is gonna come out. The truth is gonna come out. I didn't like it. I didn't like the light. I didn't like the image that they were trying to place on them, on Charles and Miss Netta. I felt like Tokyo Tony was the only one that was really sincere in the interview. I felt like she was really trying to conduct the interview, and I felt like Carlissa was just getting in the way. She was doing way too much. It seemed like she was drunk already. I don't know, but it threw the whole show off. I did not like it. I did not like it. But you know, Zeus is known to pay them back, so I'm pretty sure they got a nice bag for it. But I just don't like the image that's gonna be there for the rest of the internet. You know what I mean? Also, there were some situations behind the BET Awards, and what the situation was that, you know, was with Carlos, the manager, and stuff like that. But let's just go ahead and just get into Charles and Miss Netta in reference to the show, the podcast, Auntie T's. What was the real situation behind that? We got the world. We got the Page of Swords. Oh, okay. And we got the Queen of Cups. All right. Okay, look. The world being the internet. We have the world card here. Yes, this was TV. It has the little television, Univision type of aesthetic. This is kind of like a 1950s, 60s, well, kind of like a 60s, 70s deck, so it's vintage. So you would see this type of situation on TV back then. So this played out in front of the world. Okay, so this is just them, and Miss Netta has said it so many times. We're gonna be on TV, we're gonna do television, we're gonna be seen, and that represents that. That's exactly what it is. It's, you know, kind of like a wish fulfillment. The Page of Swords. Okay, the Page of Swords. We have this young lady here. The page is all about, you know, bringing messages. I feel that there was a portion of the show when they were discussing that somebody was in Charles' DM. This represents that person. That person is very much so real. Okay? Young lady. Now, the intention behind it, okay, the intentions behind it, this person could have been a delusional fan. This person could have not been telling the truth, but it's the sword suit, so it's truth. There's truth to it, but it's a possibility of kind of like making it. It's true. This person reached out to him, but what we don't know is the response. Okay, that's what we don't know. The intention of bringing forth the message, the truth, to be revealed in the world, because Carlissa was the one to bring it out. Okay, to talk about this, I guess her niece or something, which would be younger, Paige. Okay, and we have the young lady. Sometimes the pages can be male or female, but I really feel a strong sense of a female coming forth trying to get Charles' attention. That's a true state. There's some truth to that. Okay, we don't know if Charles responded and what he responded with. If she did, he probably thought that she was a fan, or it could be other things. Okay, but there is some truth about this young lady reaching out to him. We have the Queen of Cups, all knowing and watching. We have the lady sitting there watching TV, drinking her cup, almost like looking like, oh, I see everything. Intuition, everything. I feel like Miss Netta knew about this situation, but tried to play it off in front of the camera like, no, because she kept, that was one thing. When they tried to talk about a different subject in the podcast, she kept bringing up, well, I want to talk about what you were talking about, this young lady. Some insight, intuition. I felt like Miss Netta knows this in the back of her mind. She may play it off like it don't get to her. It don't, oh no, you ain't got to worry about Charles doing this and that and what have you. But I feel like she had an intuition thought that something may have happened between this situation. Not saying that it was intimate, but this young lady may have very well have reached out, and she probably blocked that person or probably erased the messages or something like that. Like, it's almost like she kind of knew that they were going to bring this up, because the Queen of Cups is all about intuition. It's all about looking into the situation and knowing and going by your gut feeling. Okay, so I felt like she knew what they were talking about and knew it was probably some BS. Okay. Let's go ahead and go into my shadow deck. The thing I want to also bring up is that, Miss Charles and Netta, they I'm sorry, Miss Charles. I'm sorry, not Miss Charles. Charles and Miss Netta. Don't come after me. I'm still trying to learn, the pronouns and everything. They're from the country. Okay, they're from the country, and this type of stuff is big for them. Going on television, going to premieres. I mean, not premieres, but going to events and stuff. This is new to them. They have been catapulted to a whole nother level of social media stardom. They're known everywhere. Okay, so they still got some kinks, you guys. They're not going to be perfect celebrities. Understand that. Or, some people may not even consider them, celebrities, but in their mind, they are celebrity. They are stars. And they still got to work out the kinks. They had some situations with Carlos, their manager, and things of that nature, which let's go, just go to the shadow deck and see if the shadow deck have anything to actually say about that Carlos situation. So I'm gonna move on from the show. If you did not see the podcast, it is on Zeus. It is the Auntie T's podcast, or whatever the show they want to call it, and it has Charles and Miss Netta. Check it out. I did not like this. I felt like it was a setup, but I know Zeus paid that bag. It was just done in an unprofessional way. I just felt like they were talking over each other. Questions wasn't getting answered the way they needed to, because Carlissa kept messing it up. Okay, we got the Three of Cups. We got the King of Cups. This is about that Carlos situation. High Priestess confirmation card. Okay. And I'm going to pull one more, because that's just a confirmation that this message is going the way it needs to go. Agent of Arms. Okay. Knight of Arms. Okay. So let's get into the Three of Cups. We have the three people sitting there, Three of Vows in this deck. They're drinking, they're having a good time. Okay. I feel, because I asked about the Carlos situation, I feel like they thought that they could trust Carlos. They thought that he was really on their side. They thought that they could trust him. They probably, had a conversation at a party, and he probably was just like, I want to manage, or I want to reach out, I want to manage them. And he knew, and I'm going to go straight to this, because the King of Cups is the match of the Queen of Cups. Same thing. Intuition, knowing, Carlos had an alternative motive for Charles and Miss Netta. He came in as a friend. He posed as a friend. He posed on the plan. He built a plan. He saw an opportunity. You see this little, it looked like a little spaceship right here going up, takeoff. He saw their momentum in their takeoff, okay? And that is something that Charles and Miss Netta have to get under control. There are people that's going to prey on them because they're from the country, because they don't know the business. Like, they're starting to know the business. They feel like they know the business, but the business is the social media business and that type of stardom. It requires you to be vigilant. I'm sorry. It requires you to be very observant on who you're dealing with. Okay? He knew that they didn't know too much. And he tried to capitalize on their success. Okay? I watched both of the lives when they talked with Carlos, and he gave this energy off as if I dealt with a lot of stars and celebrities, and I know what to do. He say he is very well versed in this type of show business, this type of situation. He clearly saw and knew that they didn't have management. And how can I get in there to make my money early while they take off and capitalize on that and take advantage of the situation? He had a distraught plan to take them down. It is what it is. Okay? I wouldn't say to take them down, but to take advantage of their monies. He came in as a friend. Okay? He's not a friend. He was an opportunist. He knew exactly how to play them. Okay? The High Priestess, the confirmation card, is also intuition, knowing, watching. Okay? My question is, with that Carlos situation, is that I wish there was someone else that I wish they would have put eyes on him. I think that would have been probably the better situation. They trusted him because, like I said, they from the country. Your word is good to me until you prove to me that you've betrayed me. That's the type of world they're coming from. They're from the South. And I'm not saying everybody from the South thinks like that, but what I'm saying is, I wish it was someone looking over his affairs, watching him. They should have had somebody in place. They really trusted him. They really did. High Priestess talks about going within, intuition, strong intuition. She's the High Priestess. Watching the situation. I also feel like Miss Netta may have known too a little bit, and maybe she was the one that probably saw that, hey, something's not right with Carlos, but it was already too late. Okay, it was already too late. So just knowing within, or possibly having somebody else who knew that this was going to happen, this whole BET situation. I strongly feel, despite what Carlos is saying, allegedly, he knew that they were not invited to the BET Awards, and he did it out of spite to embarrass them. Because I really feel like any publicity would be good publicity, in his mental thinking. I strongly feel like he knew that setup was coming. He knew what he was doing, just to get denied. And it probably has something to do with money. It probably has something to do with money. Probably the fact that maybe Miss Netta pulled back a little bit right before the BET. Like, I don't know if I trust him. He knew what he was doing. He set them up to make them look bad. Then we have the Agent of Arms. That is the Knight of Arms, Knight of Truth. I strongly feel this has something to do with the back and forth on the social media between him and Miss Charles. Him and Miss Netta. Him racing back in to try to save his own name, because what he didn't expect was Miss Netta and Charles to actually bring his name up in the situation, because he didn't want to be associated with that BET situation, knowing that he did do it, but he did not want to sacrifice his reputation. But my thing is to you, Carlos, is what did you think was going to happen? You told them that this was happening. What did you think was going to happen? And this is just signifying him coming online, racing back to save his reputation. But then if you watch Miss Netta's live, while they was talking to him, he got to stumbling and all types of stuff. It was just, you could clearly see that this man is an opportunist. I would strongly suggest that nobody work with that manager at all. How would you that's so stupid. Why would you set your clients up for failure? That's basically what he did, just to make fun. Your reputation was on the line. Who else is going to work with you? You think Monica going to work? He say he worked with Monica. You really think Monica's going to work with you now? After all this, to embarrass these people? He coming back. He may have some dirt. Who knows? But at this point, Miss Netta pretty much proved to her people that he's a fraud. Stole money and everything. All right, so let's go into what's the tea. What is the tea on Charles and Miss Netta? As far as their like career life goes, I honestly feel like they have a real true love connection. I do not feel like that part is fake. I think they love each other very much, but I did hear some stuff that Charles, hold up. I want to reshuffle. I don't think I shuffled long enough. There was a little piece where he was threatening and, to hit someone. I didn't like that. I was like, Charles, we're not doing that. Okay. That's not cool. I don't care how mad you were. And that was another thing too. If you saw the Auntie podcast, he went off on Carlissa, but I think his frustration was he just felt like, he felt like they were playing, like Zeus was playing in their face. The check was nice, but he felt like, they were playing like they were disrespecting him, and they were, except for Tokyo Tony. They were kind of like, asking the questions, being pretty shady. I would never, if I was them, I would never do an interview on Zeus ever again. I don't care how big that bag was, because your reputation, it made Charles get out of character. Like, he was so mad, he told Carlissa to shut up. You know what I mean? And you can't, when you're in the public eye, you kind of got to tone that part down, because you will lose your subscribers. You will lose, your fan base disrespecting women, because everything everything is so sensitive now. You don't want to be the person who's known for being verbally abusive to women. So you kind of got to calm that down. But I felt like they brought that out of him. They provoked him to a certain extent with the questions they were asking. I just felt like the way that they did that, they did not get the respect. The respect factor was not there. It just wasn't there. Okay. What's the tea? What is something that we don't know? Hooked. This can go many ways. I'm gonna pull one more card. Into you. Good chemistry. This is what I'm saying. They are a real couple, you guys. They are a real married couple. They really have feelings for each other. It ain't no lie. It's not no lie. It's none of that. It's a real love connection. But people find their love mysterious. They find their relationship mysterious. It's so much mystery to it. Is it real? Oh, that could not possibly be real. People say that online to them all the time. that Charles is gonna leave her, or she gonna leave Charles, or she's dogging him out, or he's dogging her out. They have a real connection, they really are into each other, and they really do love each other. But this hook situation right here, I feel like this, it could go one or two ways. If they're not careful, they can be hooked up on the wrong situation. They have to. They said that. Well, I know Netta said that they're gonna do like a live, not a live, but like a reality TV show. I really hope that when they do this television show, that they really comb through who they could really truly trust. I really think they need to keep it to themselves. Like, you know, just keep the management part to themselves until they get somebody, till they can really get someone who really knows the business, who has proof of what they've done. Because I just feel with the hooks and the fish hooks, I feel like there are more people that's going to try to hook on to their success just to drain them, just to take advantage of their stardom, or to make fun of them, or to do certain things to them, or to, like Carlos was doing, taking money, taking side piece, like, taking side, like a side pay or what have you. There's so many people that want to hook on to their success. So that's one way that you could take this card. You can also take this card and say they're hooked in love. They're hooked for life. Charles and Mrs.Netta. It could go both ways, because the next card that comes out is the Into You card. Good chemistry, good vibe. They love each other. It's nothing that's going to break them. I really truly feel that they are truly twin flames. Opposites, but twin flames. I strongly believe that. But I am weary of this card, because I feel like, because of the color is blue, and the way that the fish hooks is all hooked up here, I really feel like they got to be careful of who they do deal their business with, because there are more people, more opportunists that are going to hook into them and try to take their money, try to take their stardom, try to make them look stupid. Okay? That's my honest opinion on that. So what is the advice for Charles and Mrs.Netta? Let's see what the Oracle has to say. The advice on dealing with people and working with people, and getting contracts signed and doing these appearances. What is the advice for them? Stability. Okay, that's one. One more card. Revolution. Taking matters into their own hands. Get a little bit more stable. What's the bottom of the card is the Sente Morte. Offering. Okay. There's some offers coming in as well. Some more offers. But like I said, you got to be careful with these other offers, because they're just trying to ride the train. Okay, so let's go into this. The stability, the Sarkis card. This one could also represent the King of Pentacles. The money is there. Stability, getting stable with I feel like getting back grounded and stable in their finances. Not saying that their finances is in limbo, but the money that's coming in, getting a better structure on how they're going to operate that to get their name out there, so they can produce the reality TV show or the other projects that may be coming into play. I feel like they are going to get other offers. They're going to get more offers, and there's more hooks. Okay, it's more hooks to the catch. Let me bring this card up. More offerings, more hooks, more people, more opportunities. So they have to get their home base together and get it locked down, so that when these people come in, they know exactly who they're dealing with. Okay? they're going to have to, I feel like this could represent some good management. Whoever they pick, they may be very successful at who their next manager is. I'm getting male energy, male masculine energy, someone who has really worked with other celebrities, with other social media stars, someone who has the reputation and has the backup and the evidence to prove that they know this business and that Charles and Miss Netta can trust this person. That is what I feel is going to come out of the situation. I feel like there is a new manager going to be taking the place and handling the situation, but it's going to take a while before they find this particular person. But when they do, this person has their stuff together, okay? Also, we have the sorcery card revolution, changing things, taking control of certain things, okay? All right? Being able to focus on their creativity. They do their skits, they do their Charles, your lunch is ready. They do those type of situations to get their, they're going to be more creative. The creative side is going to come out. We're going to see some good videos, taking matters in their own hands, being more, maybe the relationship between them and Carlos was more of him telling them what they need to do. This is more, I'm going to create what I want to create, and then we'll just, manage it the way it needs to be managed with our new manager. And you see the stars up there, which is going to bring more subscribers, more watchers to them. It's going to be more creative. It's going to be more things that they have in store for, their fans. Okay. And I feel like they really do care about their fans. I love the fact, and I commend Netta for being, very transparent during this time, because, a lot of people, a lot of social media influencers, they kind of want to hide it, or they take a break and not say nothing, or she's actually addressing every single situation, which lets me know she cares about her subscribers. She cares about her fan base, and she wants to make sure that, she has a truthful, honest flow of communication with her fan base, which is something I need to work on. But yeah, I see nothing but good here. The only problem I see is the new opportunities. There are snakes in the grass. There are snakes in the grass. Not only is there fans watching, but people that mean no good, they're watching too. Because really, the truth is, how much money did Carlo make out of this whole situation? Probably enough. And then you have the people with the offers, the crooked offers, which I feel like some are good, some are legit, and then some are not. They're like, hey, if he can get away with this, I know I can. They got to be careful on who they dealing with. But they will eventually find the manager that they're looking for in reference to their business endeavors and videos, and things are going to start turning around. It's already turning around. It looks good on their pockets, but the reputation of them is going to start turning around. I really feel like they're just going to go up from here. I feel like they learned their lesson, and really, if they stay vigilant on who they have dealing with their business, they can really, really take this to the top. Who knows? Bravo may offer them a deal. We don't know yet. But if they take their time, the world is open to them for plenty of success, plenty of prosperity and abundance for them. Okay. And from Tarot Noir, we love Charles and Miss Netta, and we will always support. And that concludes the reading. Thank you guys for still, watching my videos. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. I'm going to definitely try to stay on top of it. I felt a little bit better today. So, yeah, that concludes the reading. And until next time, you guys take care.